Hi, this is Miss Sebastian, and we're going to be dividing a whole number by a decimal today. So question number 1 is 72 divided by 1.6. So you could always use your calculator to do these, but I like to do it a little bit longer method. So I'm going to put the first number under my divisor, under my divide sign. Okay, now I've got a decimal here. I don't want a decimal in on the outside of that divide sign, so I'm going to move it one spot because I want to only divide by a whole number. So I'm going to do the same thing here, okay, because what I do to the outside, I have to do to the inside. So I'm going to move it one spot and fill that spot with a 0. I'm going to go ahead and bring my decimal up just so that I do not forget it. Now I can divide as I would before. So 16 can go into 72. Well, I know that 16 times 5 is 80, so I'm going to go with 4. So 4 times 6 is 24, so I'm carrying that 2. And 4 times 1 is 4, plus that 2 gives me 6. When I subtract, I do get 8, and I bring down the 0. 16 goes into 80 5 times. 5 times 16 is 80. And I am done. My decimal's here, so I know that my answer is a whole number. So my answer is 45. Okay, the next question is 78 divided by 26 hundredths. So 78 goes in the house, okay, and that 26 hundredths goes outside. Now I'm going to move my decimal from here. I want this to be a whole number, so I'm going to move it 1, 2 spots to the right. So I have to do the same thing if I don't see it. Remember, it's at the end of that number. So 1, 2 spots. Bring it straight up and fill those holes with zeros. Okay, so 26 can go into 78. Let's do 2 times. 2 times 6 is 2. Carry that 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 more is 5. When I subtract, I do get 26. So, oh, wait a second. I may need to do 3 here. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry a 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So I would be done here. Bring down my 0. How many times can 26 go into 0? 0 times. Bring down the next 0. How many times can 26 go into 0? 0 times. Now I'm at the decimal and I can stop. So 78 divided by 26 hundredths is 300. Okay, so now I'm going to go to number 3. Number 3 says 64 divided by 4 hundredths. So I'm going to move my decimal first thing. 1, 2. My decimal's here. I need to move it 1, 2 spots. Remember, we want to keep it equal. Bring my decimal straight up. So now I can just divide as normal. 4 goes into 6. 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. With 2 left over, bring down my 4. 4 goes into 24 6 times. 6 times 24 is 24. Okay? Then I get 0. Bring down the next 0. 4 goes into 0 0 times. 0 times 4 is 0. So I can bring down the next 0. 4 goes into 0 0 times. Now I'm to the decimal, so I can be done. And I get my answer as 1,600. Okay, number 4. 124 divided by 6.2. Going to move my decimal one spot to the right to get rid of it. Going to move it one spot, bring it straight up. Now I can divide as normal. 62 cannot go into 12, but 62 can go into 124 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 6 is 12. And I get 0. When I bring down my other 0, 62 can go into 0 times. So my answer is 20. Okay, let's look at number 5. Okay, the local soccer team sold bottled water at its last game for 50 cents a bottle. They earned $160. How many bottles did the team sell? Okay, so I'm going to put 160 divided by 0.50, or I could just do 0.5. I'm going to move my decimal 2 spots. Move it 2 spots here. Okay, so 50 can't go into 16, but 50 can go into 160. 50 goes into 160 3 times. 3 times 50 is 150. When I subtract, I do get 10. Bring down the 0. 50 goes into 100 2 times. And I get 100 when I multiply. Subtract and get 0 and bring down the last 0. 50 goes into 0 times. So I've got 320 bottles is how many they sold. Number 6, a food truck sells tacos for 75 cents a piece. The truck operator earned $240 last night. How many tacos did the food truck sell last night? So I'm going to do 240 divided by 75 cents. So the first thing I've got to do is move my decimal 2 spots to the right. Take it straight up and fill those spots with zeros. Okay, so 75 can't go into 24, but 75 can go into 240. Okay, let's try 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry a 1. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22. When we subtract, we do get 15. Bring down the 0. 75 goes into 150 2 times. 2 times 75 is 150, but I've still got one more 0 to bring down. 75 goes into 0 times. So I've reached that decimal. So now I'm done, and my answer is 320 tacos. Okay, number 7. The zookeeper has 128 pounds of lettuce to feed the animals. Each animal eats 4/10 of a pound of lettuce. How many animals can the zookeeper feed? So we're going to say 128 divided by 4/10. The first thing we got to do is get rid of the decimal here. So I'm going to move it 1 spot. Move this one 1 spot. Take it straight up. Okay, now I can divide. 4 goes into 1. It can't do it. But 4 can go into 12 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. Bring down our next number, which is 8. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. And bring down our last 0. 4 goes into 0 times. That's kind of funny that we've gotten 320 for the last 3 answers. Okay, and our last one Number 8. A family bought 4 pounds of pumpkins. Each pumpkin weighed 4/10 of a pound. How many pumpkins did the family buy? So we're going to say 4 pounds divided by 0.4. So the first thing I got to do is move the decimal one spot. Move the decimal one spot. Take it straight up. Fill that spot with a 0. So 4 goes into 4 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. Bring down my 0. 4 can go into 0 times. So I know that the family bought 10 pumpkins. So that's how we divide whole numbers by decimals.